Hello and welcome back to Rascal Bricks. We're going to continue sorting we're now on our fourth box. If you've stuck with me for the last two episodes, which still have yet to be released. Again, I'm going to try to get some of these edited and out today, and we'll see how that's the first I've seen of any sort of receipt that they've sent with the stuff, but anyway, so I have no idea what this is with regards to, I mean, obviously it's a gear, don't get me wrong, but I don't think this is a Lego. I'm gonna put it to the side and check on Bricklink, but I don't think that's a Lego. But so welcome back again, and we're starting on our fourth sortation box. Parts and pieces that I've bought from Goodwill off of eBay. That is a destroyed pen cap. Not saying this is a bad sign yet for this. It's going to go in the trash pile. Not saying it's a bad side yet for this box compared to that second one we did, because most of these pieces that I'm pulling out so far already are fairly clean and in good condition. We'll see just how dirty they are. Interesting. It will be difficult to get down there, won't it? So sometimes tricks are to use a piece to kind of grab it, twist it enough to get underneath of it. Might have to save this for later. The other option is to try to use the removal tool to get underneath each piece, but the angle just isn't there. So the last scenario would be to use a sharper object, but try not to damage anything. And as you can see, it's starting to come up. I'm just applying a little bit of force underneath. Yep. Once I get one of these up, I think I can get the rest of this out. Just getting that very first one out. There we go. See? Now I should be able to get underneath these other ones with my own nail. Oh, I'm an idiot. So, I forgot about this. So something Lego's done is they stuck the holes at the bottom for being able to push things through. Completely forgot about that. Yeah, so another good reason how the axle is, you can put them through the holes at the bottom, push the things at the bottom out. Sometimes a little minecart of some sorts. I'm gonna go ahead and just leave those wheels in there. There's no point trying to get those out, because more than likely they need to stay with this piece anyway. So, and I can rotate them to get them cleaned. This is, I think, one of the old removal tools before the new design came out. And this one didn't have anything at the bottom of it, so I don't have to worry about that. Some pieces with stickers properly applied, as they should be. Oh, yourself some brand new pieces in a bag. Set those to the side. There's another one. I mean, I'm not sure I'll be able to identify what set this came out of. It's full of a bunch of common pieces and a lot of what I call grills, and you know, 1x1 circular studs, and very common pieces. The only way you can sometimes identify these is basically by finding a unique part within the bag to be able to figure it out. Now, because these were together with this other group of these, they kind of look similar. I might be able to use this to find out what set these belong to. So it's still possible. You can only assume or guess, or you know, make educated guesses based upon what you find. But that is how I go about figuring those things out. Well, we do have some older pieces in here, unless Lego's recreated, you know, because sometimes they'll do that. They'll release a set that they've released previously as a newer version, but you know, the same exact build basically. Unless that's the case here. This typical color green and type of style windshield was used on some of the older space sets for back in the 1980s. Early 90s. I think green typically belonged to the Space Police. And I know they've been used in other space sets as well. But so far so good on this box in regards to part cleanliness. Most of the parts seem to be in really good shape and new for the most part. Not dirty, not filthy. And everything so far has mostly been Lego, of Lego brand. So it makes this job a lot easier. So these engines have a piece on the inside. I will pop that out with the axle so that way I can get that inside cleaned in there. This doesn't look like Lego, but it also doesn't look like it belongs to, like it had pieces attached to it that went to another toy. So this is probably not even anything other than, you know, just something that pieces were attached to and you broke off to build or whatnot. So we're gonna just throw that in the trash pile. Engine again. These hoses were typically, I know they're still used in some Lego sets, but Legos kind of move away from pneumatics. But it used to be pneumatics were a big thing back when I was growing up, especially in the late 80s, early 90s. You would use these hoses for pneumatic control of Lego parts and pieces. And mostly the reason they're not used as much anymore is because motors have taken over and they've gotten smaller, easier to manage, and more powerful. So that seems to be the preferable way that they've gone is electric. But pneumatic still has its use. And can be a very good learning tool for classes and classrooms. Speaking of, you know, I had in middle school, I had a class back in New Jersey, where I'm from, that focused on engines and, you know, kind of fixing up and rebuilding a lawnmower engine. You know, what's the difference between a 4-stroke and a 2-stroke engine, 4-cycle, you know, 2-stroke engine and whatnot. And they had Lego sets of the Technic variety back there, or back then, and they used those to simulate the piston movement inside of an engine, along with gears and things along that nature. So, you know, again, Lego can be used as a very educational tool, even within the classroom. I know nowadays they're more useful in robotics. Seems to be the way things are going now. Robotics and programmable control. So, which is good, because kids can really benefit from learning that, especially in a, you know, even a trade school environment as they get towards their high school years. Tech schools, tech colleges, you know. Well, I graduated from Purdue myself. You know, I see the benefit in skilled trade schools, because I tell you what, there's a lot of that lacking right now. We noticed that in trying to hire quality people to work for us, at the plant that I work for. That skilled tradesmen, especially of the electrical variety, are few and far between, at least for us. That is not a Lego. Almost would just throw that away because it was so badly, yeah, all these. That is not a Lego. This is not a Lego. So we've had a few more of these in this box this time. Last box, we just got through, we barely had anything that wasn't Lego or even trash. This one, we've got a few more things that weren't Lego. Nothing concerning or you know, in that it's repetitive, and that I have to watch out for specifically, like non-Lego blocks. But still, a few more things in this bag than there's something that's chewed up, trash. Another sealed bag. Not a Lego, but certainly useful still as a potential toy. So, Goodwill. Sometimes having a little bit of a fingernail helps in these situations, for sure. Only problem is after some time, and especially during the wash process, the fingernail grows soft and will split. And that could be painful or, you know, just annoying. Well, we're starting to get a few pieces that look a little worn. Nowhere near, again, as bad so far as that last. Pretty sure that's a Lego piece because I've seen this elsewhere. Now this, I have not. Interesting. I'm going to put that in the check bricklink pile. At some point, I'll show you what I do when I check those online. We'll follow through how I do that process. Sometimes it does help to know, like, you know, if you were to describe that brick, what would you describe it as? And that can help. Fine. Not a Lego, but still a toy for somebody to play with. Now there's something you haven't seen in a little while. These used to, I believe, come in the Happy Meals toys way back when, in definitely the early 90s, when, you know, McDonald's used to get a bunch of Lego would coordinate with McDonald's and they'd make little Happy Meal toys. I think they still do, don't get me wrong, but, you know, mostly it's focused around Disney, things along that nature. This just, I think, was an actual Happy Meal or Happy Meal box. It was especially designed for McDonald's. This piece, this might be a Lego, but it's not branded at all, as far as I can tell. I'm going to say it's probably not, but we'll check it. Just like a few of the other things that I need to check. More than likely it's not, guessing it's not, but I've been wrong before. Quite a few times, in fact. On both sides of the aisle. Things that I was like, oh yeah, that's going to be a piece, have turned out to be not. And then other things that I'm like, no, that's not a piece. It just doesn't look right. Or I've never seen this before. This color by Lego actually usually is what throws me off. And sure enough, it was a piece. Starting to run out of larger pieces in this bag. About halfway through it probably, but I'm starting to run out of larger pieces and pieces that are put together, focus on, easy to grab, things along that nature. But, oh, has this. Wow, I've not had it stick that much before. Is there glue on this one? I've never had it just pop out of this at the base, the turntable pop out of its base like that, unless I personally pry the turntable out. Usually, get the there, yeah. See that's how it's supposed to separate. And I keep these together, but this piece would have come off. It was just crazy how stuck on there it was. The only reason I popped those out, those wheels, because I'm not entirely sure that belonged in there. Didn't look right. I'm not saying it couldn't fit. You know, it can't be done that way. It just didn't look right. So I popped it out of there. Oh, there's a Monopoly house. See that? Recognize that pretty quickly. Interesting. Somebody's put together multiples of those. Oh goodness, what did this belong to? I remember with these are some form of a chip off of some game, and goodness. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I do remember having those as a kid. Oh. There was Butterfingers right there. There is something stuck into that piece. don't think that's a Lego. We're going to try to get it out with my screwdriver. Yep. Okay, so technically it is a Lego. It was a connection piece between pieces. I think that used to come, maybe not, it might be something else too. But it used to be like the little gold doubloons or whatever you want to call them, or the little, see if I can find one, the little lights. It used to, the little 1x2 nubs, studs that are transparent. They used to come on a, oh no, that's a bead. They used to come on a, and there's another Monopoly piece officially. There's the boot. They used to come on a, here's a Knex piece, one of the larger style. Another bead. Of course I'm not going to be able to find one. Not one of the most common pieces in the world. Really beat up microphone or walkie-talkie, so we're going to throw that in the trash. But anyway, the lights is what I call the lights. They used to come on a, is a broken antenna. Yeah, trash. So there's been a few more pieces of the that's not even a Lego. This is not either. Or these flowers. I'll use the flowers as an example. They used to become all connected in a set of 4. And they would be all connected around in a diagonal pattern. And you would have to break those off by twisting them and then pulling. And then they would come off the center flue or whatever you want to call it. And then this was just garbage. That might be what this was at one point. Or not. Could be something else, but it's going in the garbage. I don't know why I threw that flower back into the bag. I'm going to have to take it back out anyway. Non-Lego. Under toy of some sorts. Leg, maybe. Also non-Lego. Spoiler ring to a car. Probably Hot Wheels. But we're going to throw that in the garbage because it looked like it was broke. Again, one of these wheels. I'm just going to pop that out because I don't think it was facing the right direction to begin with. Got a hair. Garbage. Some of you might be asking, do I get tired of this? Yes, I do. And when that happens, I take a break. And by break, it could be I'm done for the day. It could be I'm done for the week. Sometimes I've even gone a couple months before coming back to this. It all depends how burnout I am on it, or how busy other things I've got to do, take care of, house, the yard, other obligations. So going to see the grandparents and the parents, things along that nature. So can't do this every single day. Certainly can't do it every single week. I get sick, and I have to take a break then too. So there are times where, especially during the wash process, I have to admit the wash process can be quite tedious. This portion kind of is a little more exciting because you're like, oh, new pieces. Uh-oh, that piece fell. Magnets from, like submarines and the Aqua Zone. Yeah, they're used elsewhere too. I stick them together. But and doing this now as a potential test for YouTube, I may end up breaking this up into other putting other projects in between, not running this whole series all the way through every single box. I'm not sure yet, so we'll see how that goes, but to depends upon how well received this goes. Again, some people might like this just for the interest in Legos. Some people might like this because it's sorting and whatnot kind of tickles certain aspects of the mind that some people find enjoyable. You know, it puts them to sleep, or it could be putting them to sleep. You know, I admit there's some shows or YouTubers, other people who I watch, I fall asleep to on purpose because they just are really good at that. Nothing against them. I do pay attention to what at least they're saying while I'm awake, but it is, you know, also really easy to fall asleep to. Notice some of these are hard to get off. There we go. Sometimes you just have to use a little tweaking, twisting, etc. to get the gap you need or the piece out. That one is just not coming. Neither is that one. Goodness, neither of these want to come out. So now we're going to try the removal tool. Okay, I created a gap there. Good. Got that one off. Got that one off. Got that one off. There we go. Here. I just realized, I hope this is focusing well. I might not have been close enough or far enough in for it to focus, and yeah, this might not work, but I'll have to review and see. And if it doesn't, then you probably won't see this. You know, I can always skip to a different bag or whatnot. Not Lego, also broken. So trash. Not Lego. Little bead. And again, one of these chips, and I know I remember having those as a kid. Cannot remember what they went to, though. Maybe it'll come to me. Probably in 3 episodes from now, and I'll go, oh yeah, and nobody will know what I'm talking about. Little minifigure of some sorts, but that's not Lego. Interesting. Not sure I've seen a Lego of this type before. Usually if you've got the pin in the middle, it's a Technic pin that goes all the way through. And usually when you do have this, with it usually has 2. This is the first one I've ever seen with 1. Just right in the center. Pre-made. Already in there. In the belt. But it is a Lego product. So that's the part of this I like too, is seeing all the different pieces, things I've not seen before. I can see possibilities with them, you know, later on down the road for building. this is not a Lego piece, and it's broken, so it's going to get trashed. Also not Lego, but looks like garbage. Some sad pants to some minifigure, but not in such a horrible condition that I can justifiably chuck that. So we will try to clean it up as best as possible. And whoa, that went flying. Have to grab that. Here we go. Well, this will be our first trash Lego piece, I think. Oh no, we had a couple, didn't we? We had that antenna, but this piece has been bitten on. It's in a very sad shape. Not even, you know, shaped right. It probably won't even stick to anything. So it's going to go in the trash. Also, this one is malformed on the bottom, and it probably won't stick to anything either. It might stick on something, but it won't stay there. It's going to be too loose. Yeah, I managed to get the piece that I flung at myself. The little army dude or whatever. This is the bottom of a popsicle stick or a lollipop stick. So trash. Not the first one of those I found. An eraser. Pretty sad shaped 1x2 plate. Yeah, I'm probably gonna throw that away. Look like it's a little too chewed up. Hair. Kinetics or I need to look up what the actual name is for that. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. I know what I'm what I'm referring to. I just brain hates me. Mouth hates me. One of the two hates me. Or they both do. How's that? Tip of a pen, bottom of a pen. Some form of little figure, but it's broke. So we're gonna throw it in the trash. It looked like the leg of something. Another eraser. Oops, sorry about that. Shake. Just smacked my head on the camera stand. Still functional names skipping me right now, but still functional. It's not in horrible shape, so we'll keep that. That's still okay. Next piece again. That actually does look like a Lego piece. I can't tell if it's branded or not, but I do think that is. I'm going to put it into the check brick link side, but I do think that one is. Wow. That one's really stuck on there. Handy dandy removal tool. That saying reminds me of Blue's Clues. My little sister loved Blue's Clues. Growing up, you know, I was in the Barney area. If you wanna start, you know, getting my age, but she grew up in the Blue's Clues era and absolutely adored Blue's Clues. And it was actually a really good show. Went downhill after they got rid of Steve, or Steve left, you know. And they got Joe, I believe was the next guy's name. I mean, you know, nothing against him. It just wasn't the same after Steve left. But my sister still watched it, and she still loved it. I just felt like I just didn't find any more enjoyment in watching it with her at that point. I only probably have about 2 or 3 more handfuls left in this, and then we will be done. Box number 5. We can go through these fairly quickly, as long as they're not too large, you know. The ones that we've been going through have been probably about 5 or 6 pounds each box. Varying, you know, it could be up to 7-ish or so minifigure. I do have some 10-pounders here, a little 9 or 10-pounders here. There's a little larger. Broken piece, gonna chuck that. Those will probably take, you know, twice as long to get through. But this one's fairly damaged, as you can see at the bottom there. So we're gonna throw that away. Get through the 5-pounders in, you know, an hour or two. The connects piece, crown, not an eraser this time, but an end of a crown. Crayon, probably should say that correctly. This is, I don't even know what, but it looks broken, so trash. Another little minifigure. Oh, look at that. Another Monopoly Home. We found a few Monopoly pieces in this box. We found, that's the second Monopoly Home, if I'm not mistaken, and also we found the boot. Well, might be still 1 or 2 more of Monopoly in here. We'll see. Almost done though, so I'm not really seeing any more, so it might not be, but broken piece of something. Garbage. Something fell off the other side. Fuzz, and then looks like this may be nearing the end. A little gem of some sorts. Here's like that gold Lego doubloon I was talking about. That it would have a sprue in the center, and there'd be you know, each of the values of the pieces: 10, 20, 30, 40. This is a very badly damaged Lego cylinder, so we're gonna throw that in the garbage. broken clip. Don't even know what that is, so we're gonna throw that away. Oops, bumped it again. Go me. I think we have about done. These are the last two pieces, I think, right here. Yep. Let's look at that. Nope, one more. Almost missed it. Anything else? A little gem. Nope, nothing else. I'm gonna go ahead and put the garbage in this bag that I've collected so far. Includes any fuzz and hair and glue and things of that nature. And that's gonna get thrown away. But that's box number 5. So again, thank you all for watching, and hope you enjoyed, learned something, etc. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you all. Bye.